she grabbed the phone. She said, give me the phone. And she screamed on the phone, he's dead. As loud as she could. And when she did that, I almost wrecked the car and everything.
Do you think, Michael, do you think it's murder?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I said it in the beginning, and I believe it to this day. You must remember, Michael told me repeatedly that they were going to kill him. I'm so sorry. I'm so nervous. My whole body is just shaking.
Latoya, I can't believe it to me. I mean, you look even better, even more fantastic, even more hot than last time we saw each other.
Oh, you're being so kind. Thank you.
No, I'm being honest. I'm being honest.
Oh, good. Thank you very
fantastic.
much. How sweet.
Yeah, but first of all, of course, I have to, on a serious note, I have to offer my condolences on the passing of Michael, of course. So, you know, I mean, it's just another chapter also to your life, this. I mean, and having been through everything. I mean, we've made a montage about your life, about some of the stuff we talked about last time, and of course, the passing of Michael. Laten we even kijken naar Latoya. Als we over 100 jaar terugkijken naar de popgeschiedenis, is er maar één naam die er echt toe doet. Jackson. Iedereen heeft zijn eigen meningen over de familie, maar over één ding zijn we het eens. Michael Jackson is de grootste en de beste artiest ooit.
Michael Jackson! Thriller!
Beat it! Michael Jackson!
En het fenomeen staat niet op zichzelf. Hij was onderdeel van de belangrijkste muziekfamilie die ooit heeft bestaan. De 12-koppige familie Jackson. En Michaels bijzonderste zusje, dat was Toya.
Son, I'd like to be right now where you are. That's my biggest goal.
En ze was ook de eerste en allergrootste fan van de altijd bescheiden King of Pop.
Should be saying that?
Because you've done it all, Patrick.
I haven't done it all.
Yes, you have. I would always tell him how incredible he is, because I think that he's probably, Michael to me, is one of the best entertainers in the world.
Definitely. Sinds hun prille jeugd deelden Michael en Latoya lief en leed. En volgden ze hem van dag tot dag over de hele wereld.
Michael and I ended up being the closest always. We were always together. We lived together in New York together. We did a lot of things together.
Maar de liefde bekoelde toen Latoya een relatie kreeg met manager Jack Gordon, met wie ze trouwde. Hij maakte de duivel in haar los. En Latoya haalde in die tijd wat acties uit waar ze later spijt van kreeg.
Now you stop and you think for 1 second and you tell me what 35-year-old man is going to take a little boy and stay with him for 30 days and never leave the room. I love my brother, but it's wrong. I don't want to see these kids hurt. I've been hurt by it too. My father molested me sexually and I don't like it.
Onder druk van Gordon vertelde Latoya het ene na het andere sprookje in de media.
There was all kinds of abuse. It was physical, it was of course emotional, and it was sexual as well.
Latoya sloeg los als een puber uit Spakenburg en samen met manager... Are you pregnant?
No, that he has a pretty good sperm.
Haar manager Jack Gordon veranderde langzaam in een monster.
He threatened me many times. He told me I'm never going back, that now I'm his. And they promise you they're going to kill you.
Na Gordons dood in april 2005 knapte Latoya eindelijk weer op. Het contact met haar familie werd hersteld. Ze deed eindelijk weer waar ze zin in had en de rest van de familie ook. Michael kende zware tijden, maar hij won zijn rechtszaken en kon doorleven in zijn droomwereld.
I am Peter Pan. Michael Jackson. I'm Peter Pan.
En Peter Pan besloot nog een extra nieuwe bladzijde toe te voegen aan de geschiedenis. Hij zou 50 concerten geven in de Londense O2 Arena. Maar toen werd het 25 juni 2009.
Yes, sir. I need an ambulance as soon as possible, sir. And we have a gentleman here that needs help, and he's not breathing.
They had to administer CPR.
He's not breathing, and we're trying to pump him, but he's not. Okay.
I want to wake up.
We're still trying to figure out what his condition is. He's unconscious. He's not breathing. Yes, he's not breathing.
He apparently suffered a heart attack.
My brother, the legendary King of Pop, Michael Jackson, passed away on Thursday, June 25th, 2009 at 2:26 p.m.
LaToya. Must be very difficult for you to watch this.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
When did you last speak?
Probably, I believe it was 2 weeks or less before he passed. Yes, and it was the normal conversation of how much we loved each other, and Michael always saying, "I love you more," no, I love you more, and the whole bit, that sort of situation.
But
God, it makes me so weak when I see this, because I've never seen This Is It. I can't, that's something I can't see. It's too soon to see that. My mother, she has never seen it as well.
No. Because you had grown very close again.
Very, very close.
After a few years of, I mean, we spoke about that in the piece, but after a few years of distance,
I mean,
you'd grown exceptionally close again with Michael.
Yes, absolutely.
You supported him through all his hardship and difficult times.
All the trials, everything, yes, absolutely.
You were there for him?
Absolutely, yes.
Did you speak to him in person the 2 weeks before he died?
We were right there. We were having dinner together. Actually, we were having Indian food. Yeah, Indian food.
And when did you find out? How did you find out?
I found out my father had called to tell me to get to the hospital because I live 3 minutes away from Michael.
Okay.
And he said, go to the hospital. I think they're going to take Michael to the hospital. And I got dressed to go to the hospital, and he says, you should go over there now. And on my way there, my mother assistant was on the phone, and I asked where to go because I was, a nervous wreck, not knowing anything. And my mother kept asking who was he talking to, and he said it was me. And she grabbed the phone. She said, give me the phone. And she screamed in the phone, he's dead, as loud as she could. And when she did that, I almost wrecked the car and everything. I couldn't believe it. I got so weak, I couldn't accelerate. I was crying, asking people on the street to please drive me, take me to the hospital. But they couldn't do it because, I don't know, but I was just maybe 2 blocks away.
Because it came that unexpected to you.
It came that unexpected, and I think it was her nerves where she grabbed the phone from the assistant and said, he's dead, as loud as she could. And it was just a shock.
And he was officially dead by that time?
Oh, yeah, he was. He was. It's very sad because when Jermaine was there, he said 2 o'clock, and that's what they quoted. They had him say 2 o'clock. Michael passed at his house. Yeah. He was gone at his house. He was gone far before they took him to the hospital. The doctor knew he was gone, and he did other things at the house. He gathered and collected things at the house, knowing that he was there.
Yeah, that's Dr. Conrad Murphy, which we'll get to in a second, because, I mean, he plays a role that is just unimaginable, I think. And you have some clear thoughts about that.
Absolutely.
But also for you personally, I mean, 2 weeks before he died, you saw him in person. Did he appear weak to you? Did you know the extent of his problems?
Well, Michael has always been thin. That's just his nature. He's always been thin. But I noticed that he was extremely thin. Especially when you hugged him, you felt his bones, and and I asked him, how were things going, and he said, okay. And you just assume they're okay. You just assume that.
Because you spoke about This Is It, the movie, and I personally, I never go to movie premieres in my life. I don't like them enough. But for this one, I went. They actually showed it around 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning here, and I went. I wanted to see it. And what struck me, and this is why it doesn't surprise me what you just said. I mean, you met him and you saw him in person. What struck me, that there was still a lot of soul there. I mean, I saw a lot of soul, a lot of life. The only thing, the body didn't really appear to be there very much. But I mean, the soul was still there. So he looked weak in that movie, and which sort of is also what you're saying, right? I mean, he was still there, he was still loving, caring, but you felt the body was...
But